everybody. Thank you for joining me here at Nerd Jock Block TV. I am Dan Burkett. I hope you're ready to get nerdy because I've got a lot of stuff that I'm really excited to talk about. So as you guys will discover about me as this Nerd Jock blog progresses, I go crazy over the X-Men. There are very few things that the X-Men can do that I'm not at least going to be here for. Not always on board with everything that happens, but I do love my X-Men. Well, I'm even more excited because in November we're going to get to throw it way back to one of what I think is the most underrated shows of all time. Of course, I'm talking about the show that brought us Spider-Friends, Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about, don't worry. I'm going to fill you in. Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends was a show from the early 80s. It debuted in 1981. It lasted 3 seasons, ending in 1983. The show was narrated in the second 2 seasons by none other than Stan Lee. Now, the premise of the show was that Peter Parker, Bobby Drake, and Angelica Firestar were going to college at Empire State University. And after teaming up on a mission to retrieve something for Tony Stark, the 3 college classmates decided to team up permanently, giving us the dynamic team, the Spider-Friends. Now, just like any group of college students would do, the Spider-Friends decided to live with Peter's Aunt May and their adopted dog that was adopted by Angelica. Now, some of you may be familiar with Firestar. She's gone on to play a major role in the X-Men and was a founding member of the New Warriors. But she was actually an original character created for Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends. I really cannot hype this show up enough. It is just so funny. It's just good, classic, cheeky 80s comic book bliss. Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends. So why do I bring up something from the early 80s now in 2018? Well, Bobby Drake, core member of the Spider-Friends, is bringing them back. Yeah, that's right. Iceman, a.k.a. Bobby Drake, is getting a new solo series. Just to get you up to speed with where Bobby Drake is now, the more recent mainline X-Men series brought us Bobby Drake from the past. He, along with the original team of X-Men, including Jean Grey, Cyclops, Beast, Iceman, of course, and Angel, go to the future and are kind of blown away by where we're at now. So this is the post-Avengers versus X-Men, where Cyclops has killed Professor Charles Xavier, and these new mutants, or these newly minted X-Men, are now confronting their present-day counterparts and kind of seeing how they've developed. Bobby Drake was a reason why this got a lot of mainstream attention, because Iceman came out as gay in this series. He did it in kind of a horrible, awkward way where Jean Grey read his mind and defined his sexuality for him. When he tried to suggest that he was bisexual, Jean Grey said, "No, you're full-on gay." Anyway, after that series ended, Iceman had an ongoing series of his own for about 2 years that really centered around this world where Bobby Drake was gay, him kind of learning how to be a gay man. Started with really strong readership that just dwindled as time went on, and the series was canceled. So it was kind of a surprise when earlier this year they announced that the same writer would be back to reboot the Iceman series. Iceman is my favorite X-Men, member of the X-Men, always has been. So I'm excited. I think I'm going to give this title a chance. I think hopefully they've kind of worked out how to deal with all of the changes that Iceman has had in the past years. Well, in the solicitation for the issue number 3 that will come out in November, we see Iceman with none other than Peter Parker and Firestar. So that's right, folks. You're hearing it here first. The Spider-Friends are back. They're going to be back this November, at least for a one-shot issue in Iceman. I can't wait to read it. I'm definitely at least going to pick up that issue, and it really got me thinking. We're in this world where everything now is a reboot, right? So why not reboot Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends? It's got all of the elements that producers are looking for now, right? And you can even ramp up these elements even more. I say make Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends a sitcom-based superhero show. Sure, have them go on some adventures, show off their powers sometime, but really make it a buddy, friend-like comedy. And you know what? You've already got your requirement of having one gay character in Bobby Drake now. You've got a strong female in Firestar. And if you want more inclusion, more diversity, then substitute Miles Morales for Peter Parker. And bam, you've got yourself a show. I know that's something that I would be here to watch. Let me know what you guys think. Also, I hope you guys are enjoying. I know I was talking about Marvel and this, or DC heroes, but my periodic table of superheroes t-shirt. So let me know what you think. Check out a link to my latest blog article about Tanya Harding. Thank you so much for reading Nerd Jock blog. Follow me on Twitter at Daniel Burkett, at DanielBurkett. Make sure you subscribe to the blog. Follow along. We've got a lot of great things in the works. And thank you so much for joining me here on Nerd Jock Blog TV. Pleasure coming at you today.